Every year on a hot summer night, millions of people across America stop what they're doing, tilt their heads back, and stare at the sky while things explode above them. On purpose. For fun. We do this for the 4th of July. We do this when our favorite team wins. Some of us even do this to find out if a baby is going to be a boy or a girl. Humans have been blowing things up in the sky for over 2,000 years, and somehow, we still can't get enough of it. So today, we're figuring out why. Where fireworks actually came from, how an accidental kitchen disaster in ancient China turned into a billion-dollar industry, and why exactly we decided, let's celebrate by setting off explosives. Grab a seat on the couch. Let's get into it. Let's start with the obvious one, the 4th of July. Every Independence Day, Americans light up the sky from coast to coast. And it's not just tradition, it's basically required by law at this point. In 2024 alone, Americans spent over $2 billion on fireworks. $2 billion. For things that last about 8 seconds and then disappear. But here's the wild part. This wasn't some marketing campaign or a holiday tradition that slowly built up over time. We can trace it back to one specific guy, getting a little too excited in a letter to his wife. We'll get to him in a minute. First, let's talk about everywhere else fireworks show up, because the 4th of July is just the beginning. Ever been to a baseball game and watched the home team blow something up after a home run? That's not new. Stadiums have been pairing fireworks with sports since the 1940s. When a baseball owner named Bill Veeck started setting off fireworks after his team's wins just to keep fans entertained. Now it's everywhere. Football touchdowns, hockey goals, NBA pregame intros, even the Super Bowl halftime show. Sports and explosions just go together now, apparently. And then there's the one nobody saw coming, gender reveal parties. Back in 2008, a woman named Jenna Carvanitis cut into a cake with her family to reveal if she was having a boy or a girl. Pink frosting inside meant girl. It was simple. It was sweet. She posted about it on her blog. And then the internet got involved. Within a few years, cakes turned into confetti cannons, which turned into colored smoke bombs, which turned into actual fireworks. Some of these parties have gotten a little out of hand over the years. Even the woman who started the whole trend has said she regrets where it ended up. But that's humans for you. Give us any excuse to celebrate, and somehow eventually fireworks get involved. So how did we get here? Let's go all the way back to the beginning. The story starts in ancient China, sometime around 200 BC. Someone tossed a piece of bamboo into a fire. Bamboo has these hollow air pockets inside it, and when they heat it up, they expanded until the bamboo exploded with a loud bang. No gunpowder, no chemistry, just hot air literally blowing up a stick. People started doing this on purpose because they believed the loud noise scared away evil spirits. Then, somewhere between the years 600 and 900 AD, during China's Tang dynasty, things got a lot more interesting. Chinese alchemists were experimenting with 3 ingredients: potassium nitrate, sulfur, and charcoal. They mixed them together, and they'd accidentally invented gunpowder. They packed this new gunpowder into the same hollow bamboo stalks, and when they tossed them into a fire, the bang was way louder than before. The firecracker was officially born. By the time of the Song dynasty, a few hundred years later, Chinese fireworks makers had upgraded from bamboo to rolled paper tubes with fuses, which is basically the firecracker design we still use today. Fireworks became part of weddings, festivals, and the Lunar New Year, all built around that same idea. Loud noise, bright light, bad spirits stay away. Eventually, fireworks made their way out of China. By around 1240, the knowledge had reached the Arab world. Arab writers actually called them Chinese flowers because of the way they bloomed and unfurled in the sky. Then came the man who's basically the reason fireworks exist in Europe at all, Marco Polo. After his travels through Asia, he brought firecrackers back to Italy in the year 1292. And the Italians did what Italians do best. They turned it into an art form. Italian craftsmen spent the next few centuries developing aerial shells that could launch into the sky and explode into shapes instead of just popping on the ground. They built entire structures called machines just to set fireworks off inside of for big audiences. There was just one problem. For almost 2,000 years, fireworks could only really produce orange and gold. That's it. The chemistry to make other colors didn't exist yet. That changed in the 1830s when Italian chemists figured out that adding different metal salts to the gunpowder mixture would change the color of the explosion. Strontium makes red, barium makes green, copper makes blue. This single discovery is the reason fireworks shows look the way they do today, and it took over 1800 years to figure out. So now we've got the technology, we've got the colors. How did this become an American tradition? That brings us back to July of 1776. On July 3rd, just one day after the Continental Congress voted in favor of independence, John Adams wrote an excited letter to his wife, Abigail. In it, he said the day ought to be solemnized with pomp and parade, with shows, games, sports, guns, bells, bonfires, and illuminations, from one end of this continent to the other, from this time forward, forevermore. Back then, illuminations meant fireworks. The very next year, on July 4th, 1777, Philadelphia held the first organized Independence Day celebration, complete with cannon fire, church bells, and a fireworks display over the city. Boston did the same thing, and from that point on, the tradition just stuck. By the time fireworks display technology caught up in the 1800s, America had already been blowing things up for its birthday for decades. Now that you know the history, let's wrap up with some facts that'll make you sound very smart at your next 4th of July barbecue. Fact 1. The world's largest firework ever launched weighed 2,797 pounds, which is heavier than most cars. It was set off in Steamboat Springs, Colorado in 2020, and it traveled over 2,000 feet into the air before exploding across half a mile of sky. Fact 2. The largest fireworks display in recorded history used over 810,000 individual fireworks. It happened in the Philippines on New Year's Eve, heading into 2016, and it lasted just over an hour in the pouring rain. Fact 3. China still produces around 60% of the world's fireworks, almost all of it from one city, Luoyang. The same region widely credited as the birthplace of fireworks over 2,000 years ago is still the fireworks capital of the planet today. Fact 4. Getting forest green or true black fireworks is incredibly difficult, even with modern chemistry. Both colors require very specific, very unstable chemical combinations, and pyrotechnicians are still trying to perfect them. From an accident with a piece of bamboo to a founding father's letter to $2 billion spent every single July, fireworks have somehow stuck with us for over 2,000 years. Maybe it's the noise. Maybe it's the color. Maybe humans just really like watching things explode in a pretty way. Either way, next time you're staring up at the sky on the 4th of July, you'll know exactly how we got there. If you liked learning something new today, stick around. There's a new video every single day. Please subscribe. We'd really appreciate it.